And if you're curious how to short, let me just quickly tell you, all you have to do is sell to open. Basically, let's say if I just want to sell 300 shares at, let's say 423, all I have to do is go over here and say 423. Here you can see my order, and you can see it is selling to open. So now I would be technically going short, and then I just press send. Now, what's up, traders, and happy Sunday. Usually I don't come out with a video on a Sunday, but I've been getting a few questions lately, like from Andy and from Soar, and you guys were wondering a little bit about shorting. And I know we don't do a lot of shorting on this channel, or just in general in the $25,000 challenge, because we're doing the gap and go breakout strategy, where we're trying to enter these stocks on breakouts or right before breakouts and get 10-20% move to the upside. I typically don't trade the reversals, or I don't short near big resistance or when the momentum starts cracking. I rather look for pullbacks and things like that. Plus, we're in a cash account, and if you want to short, you need to be in a margin account. You can't be in a cash account. You have to have the ability to borrow funds, to borrow shares. So just keep that in mind. So if you have an account under $25,000 and you're using a margin account, you will be limited to those 3 day trades per 5 business days. So just keep that in mind as well. And that's a big reason I'm not shorting. Plus, on this small account challenge, I really want to be focused on just one thing. And I'm already kind of focused on 2 things. If you've been watching this channel for a little bit, you know I like those support line bounces, but I'm really trying to be focusing on those breakouts. I'm already kind of split between those 2 trading strategies, and I don't really want to add a third one into the mix. But if you guys are interested in shorting, and it's probably something we will be doing in the future at one point, let me show you guys one of my favorite ways to practice not just a new strategy, but how things work on TD Ameritrade. So I already have ThinkorSwim pulled up here. And specifically for this video, I'm going to be focusing on how to short on TD Ameritrade ThinkorSwim platform. Now, I'm not big into paper trading. I've said that many times. And here is the paper trading right on the login screen. So you can say live trading, that's trading with real money. You're basically your actual account. And then paper trading is trading with fake money, but in real time. So this is basically trading when the market's open, which is a little tough because, when the market's open, maybe you're not available, or maybe you want to do live trading with real money. So I've never been really into paper money. Plus, one of the biggest things I feel like about paper money that it doesn't teach you is really the whole human emotion aspect, learning your personality and understanding kind of how you react to the market. And I feel like that oftentimes is the hardest part about trading. So that's why I don't put too much value into paper trading. But let me show you guys what I do. And this is on live trading, and this is actually quite amazing. It's called OnDemand, and you can do it whenever you want. So let's go ahead and enter our information here. And oh yeah, you know what? I just thought a little pro tip. If you guys are using ThinkorSwim and you want to increase the speed, because I know there's a lot of complaints with ThinkorSwim and speed issues. And I actually got this idea from Ross Cameron. He also has a YouTube channel, and I think he's a killer day trader. Now, the first one is your computer bit processing power. Obviously, mine is 64. Most computers are 64. Some are 32, but you don't really see that too much anymore. And then over here, you can allocate how many megabytes of CPU you want to dedicate to ThinkorSwim. And I think by default it was 1536. I don't really remember, but I went ahead and made mine 3000. Now, it was hard for me to notice a big difference because I'm usually streaming when I'm using ThinkorSwim, and the streaming software actually uses most of my CPU. So I think that's the biggest issue. If I didn't stream, I would probably go all the way up to 6,000, maybe 12,000. But for me, just understanding that, with day trading, I really want a quick order book. It's nice to know that a little bit more of my CPU is going towards ThinkorSwim. So I did go ahead and increase that a little bit. So like always, the best thing to probably do is just try out a few settings and see how it works on your machine. All right, so let's go ahead and log in here. It's quite a cozy little Sunday here. Perfect weather to look at the charts. All right, so we are now in our 25K challenge account, and we're looking at GMPX, which we traded on Friday. This was an absolute killer, but let's not focus on GMPX just right now. So obviously, if I wanted to practice shorting, it's the weekend, or maybe it's late in the evening, or the market's just not open right now. So how am I supposed to practice shorting, and how am I supposed to get comfortable with it? And obviously the big issue is just the fact that the market is closed. So I can't really go ahead and practice what I want to practice. Not to mention, if I'm in a cash account, how am I supposed to practice shorting? Because instantly I'm going to get notifications that this is a cash account and it does not work. So again, in a cash account, I am not allowed to short. And if you're curious how to short, let me just quickly tell you, all you have to do is sell to open. Basically, let's say if I just want to sell 300 shares at, let's say 423, all I have to do is go over here and say 423. Here you can see my order, and you can see it is selling to open. So now I would be technically going short, and then I just press send. Now, obviously that's not going to work because we're in a cash account, but if I was buying right down here, let's say, now it would be buying to open. So this would be simply going long, and the market is closed right now, so it doesn't really matter what I do. And then if I wanted to close a long position, I would just go over here once I'm long and then close that position. And if I'm short a position, I would just do the same thing and go over here and then just say send, and it would say buy to close. ThinkorSwim will know that I am short 300 shares GMPX, and if I go ahead and try to buy it, it will simply go ahead and close 300 shares, which is kind of cool. And a quick way to, let's say, take the reversal is close your position with 300 shares, but actually say 600 shares, and you will then go long 300 shares. So the first 300 will go towards closing the position, and the next 300 will go to opening a position. Now, I don't really recommend that because that is just really, really quick trading, and you could probably get on the wrong side of a trade very, very quickly. But, just good to know. And, these are all little things that you can try out on demand. And let's go ahead and click this button, and let me show you guys what this is all about, because I find this extremely cool. And for a long period, I didn't even really know it existed. I didn't know what it was. I wasn't really a big fan of paper trading, but I gotta say, on demand is super cool, and it's something that I have been using quite a lot lately, especially ever since I started live streaming. And let me tell you why. If you're new here, you probably don't know this, but I go live on our channel at 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every single morning that the market is open. And then for the first 15 minutes, we review the watch list, and then the next 30 to 60 minutes, we trade the market open, because that's, that first from 9:30 to 10:30 is really when I want to be trading. So let me quickly show you guys. These are all the opening and bell videos. And this is how I have found a great way to practice my trading strategy. So let's just go scroll down here and maybe pick a day that seemed kind of interesting. I don't know, it really doesn't matter. Ooh, heart attack incoming. Okay, so this might have been a day where there was a lot of movement. So what I like to do is go to this watch list video, watch the first 15 minutes of the video, and then get a good idea of what the watch list was that day. And then I pause the video right before the market opens. Now that video came out January 10th, and the whole reason I'm mentioning watching a video or, reviewing your own watch list, you guys can do it whatever you want. This is just what I do, since I like to understand what the market was doing that day. If you go over here now to January 10th, so let's go boom, January, where is it? January 10, and then we type in right where the market opens. And since I am in Berlin right now, I'm in a different time zone. So that would be 15:30 is right when the market opens. So let's go maybe to 15:29 in 30 seconds. And we selected January 10th. ThinkorSwim is going to go exactly to January 10th with basically a fully recorded day. And let's type in CPAH, because that is clearly the big stock that was moving that day. That was the big gapper. And here you can see, so this is CPAH gapping up in the morning, 127%. And I could even pull up my old watch list. If we just go here, 110, CPAH right here is on our watch list. It was highlighted. 5.9 million market cap, 5.9 million shares outstanding. Really nice. Okay, so we have the watch list. We technically have the news, but you also have a bunch of news in the future. So let's just go right here to the 10th and 110. And then you'll see all the news here for this day. So you have all the same information that we had on that day. And the reason, again, I like to watch the video is because I get in the same mindset that I was back then. So I know exactly what I was thinking. I know what I was looking at. And basically now I'm ready to trade just like I was on January 10th, but I'm doing it on the weekend at my own time, really chill. And like always, before the market opens, you want to be ready to go. So have your position size ready, and we like to be trading typically with $1,000 position size right now in the $25,000 challenge. That's just what our account allocation is at the moment. So I want to be, when I'm paper trading or if I'm doing on-demand trading, I want to have a similar size to what I'm doing in real life, just to give myself as much real experience as possible. If I'm trading, with 10, 20, $100,000 position size, I'm not going to get that same feeling as when I look at the P&L as when I do in real life. It's just going to be a little bit more, I don't know, fake. So let's go ahead and put 800 shares in here. We have auto send on, so we're ready to go. Let's go ahead and press the start button, and let's get ready to potentially do a short with CPAH. Maybe I don't know, there's going to be a 1 minute pullback. I want to short that pullback and then take a long trade to the upside. So let's go ahead and practice that. All right, we got play here. We started, right now we're at 3:29:53 a.m. So local time. Market's about to open right now. So let's get ready. All right, markets are open. We have our position size ready. Let's go ahead and try to short. And I think sometimes with on-demand, there's some entry issues. So sometimes it's a little bit weird. And this is also why I don't do too much paper trading or on-demand. You don't get that real experience. So let's try to wiggle our position in here. Also, right when the market opens, I know there's extra issues. So I'm just moving down my order. We could even just sell market. Let me see if this goes through. Selling into the market. No, that's not executing either. So it's really weird that that's not working. Maybe it's just taking a little bit longer to process this. Now I do know you have to short on an uptick, so that might have been the issue. Okay, so we finally were able to enter our short position. So let's go ahead and close it. And let's just see if we can have a little bit of a pullback, maybe to 135. And you could even go ahead and fast forward this if you're really impatient like I am right now. It looks like it's not really pulling back. So let's just go ahead and move our order up here, get out of this trade. And, like I said, we could have, let's say, entered with another 800 shares, so 2,400 shares, and then we would actually be going long right now, and we would instantly be going long. So we just closed out their trade, made a little 16 bucks. We learned a little bit about shorting. We learned about some technical issues with ThinkorSwim. This is just a really, really good way to practice your strategy and also practice a specific stock. So what I really, really like to do, if I'm trading, let's say GNPX on Friday, and I know I traded about 2 weeks ago, and that stocks have muscle memories. So the thing you always want to do before day trading is check out a long-term chart. Did CPAH or whatever stock I'm trading this day, when it gaps up in the morning, does it hold its high as well? How does it typically react to this news or something like that? And when you do the backtesting strategy, you can actually trade that specific day and kind of prepare yourself for that stock. Or if you know that the market has had a negative 2% day, and you've never traded negative 2% day, you could go to that exact day and then prepare yourself. How do these small caps react when the market is super, super red? And something like that might happen next week because we've just been on an absolute rally in the overall indexes. So let's go ahead and stop this. One thing I do want to mention as well, which is really, really nice, is you can go ahead here and say reset your account. So we have $16 P&L, and you can see here our $100,000 account was $116 over here. So let's go say reset account. This will clean everything up and put it all back to 100,000. You can also reset the time, but I think when you reset the time, you go back to the current day, which I find kind of annoying. I feel like maybe it should be the actual setting that you left it on. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it totally makes sense, and I'm just for some reason haven't really thought it through. So let's go ahead right before the market opens again, CPAH, and then boom, we are back here ready to go, ready to maybe practice this strategy again. See if we have that glitch issue again with that first entry short. And I don't know why it was so glitchy. Maybe TD or Ameritrade is trying to simulate their platform experiences as well. And yeah, guys, that's about everything that I wanted to talk about today. A little bit different than my usual videos. Let me know in the comments below, do you guys use on-demand more, or do you guys use paper money more? What's your favorite way to backtest your strategy and practice trading on ThinkorSwim? Also, if you enjoyed this content, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you are totally new here, definitely consider subscribing. I would love to have you join the channel. I would love to have you join the challenge, and I would love to have you on the live stream on Tuesday because Monday is President's Day and the markets are closed. Perfect, guys. I'll see you then on Tuesday. Have a great rest of your weekend. And like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Till next time, ciao, ciao.